take a while. I'm gonna agree. Oh, it's time to tunnel now. No, I am not. I ain't not tunneler cosmic. Cosmic to owa owa. Owa owa. Owa 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 owa. Owa owa. Pew pew pew.
Huh. What? Huh. What? Huh. What? Huh. What? Huh. What? Huh. What? Huh. That shit funny.
Extremely strong, heavily resilient, maintains distance, sustain fire to stagger, prioritize while staggering to maximize damage. Gotcha.
What? My shit. Where is he? Wesky. Come here, buddy. Where'd he go? Here, little guy.
Headshot. Oh god! You should have saw my scope. He was literally rushing. It was so funny.
What did I do?
Kiss my ass.
Oh my god, why are we not, like... Oh my gosh, the way he died. Look at him, he's got his hand on his hip.
Look, come here, Season. Stand next to Mona. So, y'all, check this out, right? So, me over here is me, right? Leo was flat, and Chi-Chi down in the bottom of Season. That's our height.
Come on, bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Thank you. Thank you for the bubble. Thank you for the fireball, dickhead. Would you like to give me more? Or would the slowdown like to kill me? Because I sure do love slowdown. Hi, it's Grounder. He's a lot like Joker from the hit movie Joker. I don't know where I was going with that.
Do you hear me? Do you want to argue? I will fight you. Let's fight. Yeah, usually I am PC too. Like I said, once a week I do Xbox because that's what my community was on Mixer. And a lot of those communities were involved this way. Not a lot. Many, no. Most of the people that...
Hey guys, I'm just sitting here.
I
thought I
Here, Ava, let me rescue on a landline. Hold on, I think you need help. The sad thing is,
I need
Ava
a friend.
lives by me.
I need a safe place. Help.
I know where you live and I know where you sleep. Oh no.
Speak in the next 10 seconds if you're horny on stream.
Hell yeah. Bro, I'm always horny.
Shut up.
The thing is, I'm like the least horny person. I just make the jokes.
This is what happens if picture goes in a public lobby. Checked on enters a freaking lobby. I love that. That was amazing. Freaking amazing. That is peak code. Somebody clip that. Oh my perfect.
Wave goodbye to the past when home we face, letting my strongest
Oh. Whew. Oh, what is good? What is good? Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone that's here. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's nice to see you. I'm riding the Phantoms. Nice to see you. We're back. We here. We're episode number, what is it, 36 now? 36 now of the Lightning Round podcast. It is nice to see everyone here. Particularly one person I have not seen in what feels like years that already just commented in. Miss Typical Love, I have not seen you in what feels like, 3 years, 4 years, even though it's not that long. I know it's not that long, probably, I'm guessing a year, maybe 2 years or so. I have not seen you in quite a while. I'm just happy to see that you're still around with streaming. You're still 2 years? Cause I gotta tell you, out of that whole time in 2 years, you right. It was before COVID. It has been so long. I gotta tell you, if y'all know me, if y'all happen to find me from Left 4 Dead, that was the game me, Love, and of course her husband Leo was playing together. And I still remember this clip like it's burned in my memory, where I tried my best to solo through the rest of the mission, and I get completely fucked over by a charger right as soon as I'm about to go in the door to finish the level. Oh my god. And that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have Tourette's now. I'm not sure if Sin have told you. I think he may have told me, but I know this for a fact. I remember seeing a clip that Leo posted. I remember seeing a clip that Leo had posted on Twitter. I don't know how long ago that clip was, but I remember seeing the clip, and I remember seeing how it was affecting you. And I think that was when, I don't know if that was when after I saw that clip, that was when I had a talk with Sin about the situation. Because it's like, look, I knew y'all two was going through shit. I was well aware of it. But what I was always afraid of was having to bring it up around y'all, because I didn't want that to hurt y'all confidence by any means. So yes, I was aware of everything that was going on, but I wanted to keep a distance and, I still wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying? I still wanted to be there. I still wanted to support y'all, but I didn't want that to, hurt your confidence by any means. I wanted y'all to hopefully, get better at all this. Eagles, what's good? How y'all doing? How you doing, my man? It's nice to see you, Eagles. It's nice to see everyone that's coming by. Welcome. It's nice to see y'all. But yeah, that was how I felt throughout the whole thing, And I'm just happy to see that y'all are doing okay. Your family, you're allowed to be all up in the Kool-Aid if you want to. Well, I thank you for now, giving me that permission. So, if anything happens with me, or if anything happens, with you, hopefully we'll be able to, catch up and, see, if we are okay. Fuyu, welcome as always. It is nice to see you. But yeah, Love, if you can't tell, a lot has changed since those 2 years. At least when it goes to me as a content creator, that I've been able to, actually, get to, see you, actually chat with you, talk with you again. As a friend, as a streamer, as a big sister, so to speak. Also, in part, if it weren't for Love and Leo and their promotion, when it went to me, when I was up and coming, when it went to the streaming world, I was doing pretty good in follower count. I was around, what was it? At least I don't think I was doing pretty good in follower count. I wasn't, of course, at that level. I was never at that level, but they were there to promote me and help me out along the way. I think I was around. I think I still remember a clip. I think it was when I reached a milestone. I think I was at 200 or 300 follows or whatever and whatnot. And then of course, the whole Twitch hate rate thing happened, and of course now I'm starting all over in follower count, but all the clips and all the stuff that I have from years past is still up there, and I'm happy to keep them up there as a nice little reminder of how much I progressed, as a streamer. But yeah, it's definitely, again, I can't say it's enough. For me, it's a fucking, I'm just honored to get to see and chat with love again. So it's always great. Hopefully after the podcast or something like that, we'll be able to chat a little more, and get to catch up on everything after 2 years. So love, if that's all good with you, I would definitely love to be able to chat with you. There's the link to my Discord as well. So hopefully we'll be able to chat from there, and we can definitely catch up. Yeah. Right now we're on episode 36. Episode 36. Before I do that, before I actually do start episode 36, I'm gonna give one more shout. I'm gonna give a shout out one more time to Love, because she's, again, I thank her so much for a lot of the things that I've learned, as a streamer, as well. As well as a lot of people that I think.
You mean Lion's Roar that you
Give me a minute.
We gotta have something. Oh my fucking god!
I remember this clip too.
Y'all are fucking
I remember that alert too. I remember, yeah. Definitely great memories of all of that. God. Oh my god. Oh, she did not do that again. Really? Kayla did it again. It's a shame because my alert isn't going off on my channel. And I don't even know if y'all hear it, but my alert isn't going off. Wow. Really, Kayla? Kayla Pride Star did it. Okay, how is this possible where y'all hear the alert but I don't? I don't know. I think that's something I'm gonna need to have a talk with Stream Elements about. How do y'all hear the alert but I don't? Kayla, thank you so much for the 3 months. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I should have added this in as a topic. Well, not necessarily as a topic, but to talk about my thoughts when it went to the Black Panther movie, because I just saw it yesterday. That's why I postponed my episode today. I postponed my episode, which was supposed to be Tuesday. But I'm like, you know what? Nah, shit, it's Black Panther. Why not? I might as well go see it and see how it all goes. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely talk about it a little bit. I'm not gonna talk about it in depth because I want y'all to go see the movie for yourself. And if you haven't been able to see it yet out of all this time, hopefully when it gets on Disney Plus, I'll be able to do a movie night and we can all watch it together. But again, Kayla, thank you so much for the 3 months as always. My goodness. If it's not you, it's gonna be Jer Bear. For some fucking reason, y'all love to toss subs my way, and I'm out here telling y'all, save your fucking money for something, please, God. Oh my goodness. Talk to me about it. I did talk to you about it. I absolutely did talk to you about it. But yeah, to get back on topic, we're now up with episode 36 of the Lightning Round podcast. So today we got a couple things we need to cover. I need to talk about week 10 of the NFL, soon to be pushing into week 11. I'm not going to talk about sports until we're at the end of the podcast. So y'all don't got to worry about it. It's not going to be covered first. I'm going to talk about it all the way at the end. But yeah, we need to talk about NFL week 10. I need to talk about some weird turmoil shit. Weird situation that has been going on with Twitter. It's not new. It's not new, but I haven't been able to really cover it. So I'll be able to cover at least a bit of it here today when it goes to Twitter and its nonsense. I'm also going to cover the XFL, which you'll see here at the bottom where they have their draft currently going on. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well, and talk about how is it that a company that folded twice, this time the second time is not its fault, is now starting to reach its feet again, and it's going to come back to play for more football in February in 2023. You can't wait for that. And of course, last but not least, I need to talk about Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely talk about Pokemon. So, for what's the first thing that comes to mind? So, what do y'all want me to cover first? I ask y'all as a community, as a community, what do y'all want me to cover first? Y'all want me to talk about the XFL first? Y'all want me to talk about the Twitter BS first? Y'all want me to talk about Pokemon? We already know NFL is gonna get covered all the way at the end, because I'm gonna definitely dig in on what happened on week 10 with the NFL, because it was a lot of craziness that went down on that. Alright, so 2 of y'all, Pokemon. Y'all want me to cover Pokemon? Alright. So we can go ahead and get right to it then. Why not? We can definitely talk about it. I'm curious about what you choosing with Scarlet and Violet and about the evolutions. Okay, to talk about Pokemon. Pokémon Monster. Oh shit. It's more than just about the Pokemon game I'm looking forward to. It's the anime I'm looking forward to as well. I'm gonna covering both of them. So first things first, I'm gonna talk about the game, and then after that, I'm gonna cover the anime. So this was so crazy to me. Pokemon Scarlet is my idea game for me to get at first, because honestly, for me, I love the way how the legendary Pokemon for that game looks. And to be honest, that's what sold me. That's part of what sold me on the game. Another thing that kind of sold me on the game is, of course, Fuyu here, and Mushroom King Slime, also known as Bao. You know, they kind of like put that little seed in there that made me want to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab it, because there's specific Pokemon I actually do want in the game, and I just want to be able to enjoy the turn-based experience one more time. So I picked up Pokemon Arceus. I still have it on the Switch. I haven't even beaten the game. But I picked it up, and I absolutely enjoyed the experience. I mean, just having to sit up there, roam around, and just go through shit, you know, with how they did it in that game. It's just, it was just great. Especially when it went to me getting specific Pokemon that I wanted. Having to, I got the Jolteon thanks to Fuyu's help. But, some of the Pokemon I wanted, you know, I got. And of course, to be able to enjoy the story, being able to enjoy some of the boss fights, the way how they handled the boss fights with the, you know, you throwing balls at the Pokemon to get them to calm the fuck down. And I still haven't beaten it. What? My kids did real quick. I hope they're doing great. I definitely hope they're doing great. I haven't heard from them in quite some time. The kids were absolutely a riot to see in streams, by the way, love. You said, Fuyu said she's never going to beat Arceus. I'm lazy. Honestly, I don't think any of us are going to beat it because we're lazy. I don't think there's one Pokemon game I've beaten. I've played them, but I've never beaten them. Now, 13, goddamn. God. It feels so long ago. He's growing up fast. Oh, man. But yeah, like I said, I absolutely enjoyed the experience with Pokemon Arceus. And it's part of that experience that made me be like, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and give Pokemon a shot. Let's go ahead and look at it one more time. So, yeah, as I said, definitely that with Pokemon Scarlet, I just wanted to grab because, you know, I feel like, you know what, why not? I absolutely love the way how the legendary Pokemon looks, And I like how I haven't seen any gameplay. Keep in mind, so I'm just going off of what I've seen so far. I love how some of the past Pokemon. I love how that like, you still have the design of some past Pokemon, but you get a couple like wrinkles here and there with it. And apparently, I'm not gonna be missing all that much when it goes to the future Pokemon because of some information, of course, I'm getting from Fuyu as well. Is where when you link up with one other player that has a different game, you'll be able to get those future Pokemon as well. So I'm like, oh shit, thanks. So I can still get the Violet Pokemon that I want to get, even though I'm getting the Scarlet version of the game. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's good to know I'm not missing all that much. Love says you say you're getting Violet because one purple too because the legendary actually uses his fucking wheels. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah. For me, the legendary in Scarlet looks like he looks menacing. He looks like a fucking beast out here. So yeah, I definitely I can't wait. You gonna get me mechs? Let's go. How you gonna put wheels on a Pokemon and have them run on their effing legs? What Pokemon does that? What Pokemon out here doing this? He's so archaic, he's gonna yabba dabba do run? Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Koreadon? Shit. I didn't learn their names yet. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Look. It's gonna take a lot for the names to be for me. It's gonna be a bit that I have to get through with it. With their names. Give me a moment as she's just coming in. There you go. Love, when you go back on the Discord, you'll be able to see everything that's there. Okay. Koreadon is Scarlet, Miradon is Violet. Oh, okay, I got you. No problem, happy to help. But, yeah, like I said, I just can't wait. I have not looked at any gameplay of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, if there has been any that has came out from trailers or whatever, which I have not seen any. All I know is the starter Pokemon, and that's just about it. Now, who my starter type is going to be, I'm honestly leaning towards the cat. I'm leaning towards the grass Pokemon. Because I really do like the fucking cat, not gonna lie. And there isn't many grass type Pokemons I would go to. The last grass type Pokemon I went to was in Pokemon Black when I went to Snivy, because I really did like Snivy. Other than that, I didn't really go with grass type as much. I either went with water or I went with fire. Of course, mainly fire because, I mean, what do you mean? It's Pokemon Platinum. Of course, I'm gonna go with fucking I'm gonna go with Chimchar. Oh shit! I'm going towards the duck because it's the final evolution. Reminds me of Minette from Street Fighter. In fact, yeah, I'm about to say because that led me to ask like, what's y'all starters? But since we're finally at this point, it's good to hear. We all about the starters first. But I was gonna call his duck Silvano. Thanks, Dragon Quest. Jesus. I'm going towards the duck because of final evolution. Yeah, I already said the Red Dead with the final evolution. I'm curious about Kayla. What is her starter types gonna be? Since she hasn't been chatting for a bit, I'm curious about what she gonna be picking. Now I don't know if she's lurking. If she is, then I'll ask her about it later. Yeah, that's definitely one thing I'm for. I'm usually I'm a fire type starter, but I'm not feeling the Croc as the fire type. Me either. I'm not feeling it either. That's why I'm like, nah. I'm gonna go grass this time around. I'm gonna definitely see what's going on. I'm gonna get me I'm gonna get me a fire type later because the fire type I really want. I might get some help with that. The fire type I really want is Score Bunny. It's either Score Bunny or, if possible, give me Chimchar. I'm sorry. I will never not let go of how Chimchar was handled, not just in the games, but how he was handled in the anime. I felt bad for Chimchar when I was watching the Diamond and Pearl anime, and to see that motherfucker sit up there and go through the development that he went through and be like, you know what? Yeah, you a keeper, bro. You a keeper. He's probably my favorite starter when it goes to like of all the games so far. I understand a lot of people are probably gonna say, well, there's Torchic, you know, well, they're not Torchic. I think was it Torchic as a starter? Well, there's Charmander. I'm like, well, then again, I would say Charmander, but the problem with that is Charizard is the little Rathalos of Pokemon. Like, you're going to see him a lot. And I don't see Chimchar as much. I don't see, I don't see him as much. Understandably so. But, yeah, that's definitely one Pokemon. If not Scorbunny, it's definitely Chimchar that I would really want. Plus, he turns to a fighting type. I think he is a fighting type. He's a fire and a fighting type, so why the fuck not? I don't know so much about Scorbunny if he's strictly fire. So having those two extra abilities, having those two extra types is great. Your favorite starters were Charmander and Fennekin. Hey, Fennekin. Let's go. Now, if I had to pick a favorite electric type, if y'all want me to go through types, which one was my favorite? My favorite fire type obviously was obviously, like I said before, it's easily Chimchar turning into his evolved form a little later on. It's him as a fire type. For water type, it's Blastoise. Kill me, I know, but yeah, it's Blastoise for me is my favorite. Unless I see otherwise, for me it's still Blastoise. My grass type, it depends. This might be my favorite grass type. I don't really have a favorite when it goes to grass types, but this one might be my favorite up there. My favorite starter, Chikorita, Trico, Snivy, Rowlet, Sprigato. Nice. No Chimchar, but Scorbunny's available via home. I'm fine with that. I'll take that. Toxtricity is my favorite electric. Hey, grass type, definitely Snivy. Nice. I loved Snivy's evolved form, though. Fully evolved form. That was fucking great. My electrical type is obviously a Luxray. Love Luxray. But Jolteon's definitely up there as a close second. But Luxray, I fucks with you, Luxray. I fucks with you. I love me, my cats, okay? It's between three. It's Luxray. It's Jolteon, Luxray, Jolteon, and Emolga, because Emolga's a flying type as well. So added extra advantage. Luxray is in. Let's go. Fucking Luxray, man. Oh man. Let's go. But yeah, I will say this: if y'all want to, feel free to hand me my favorite Pokemon. That's absolutely okay. But I will be searching. I will be seeing what the new Pokemon is all about. Okay, favorite water type: Oshawott, Blastoise, Gyarados, and Tillion. I hate Luxray so much because they were everywhere. Oh shit. Yeah, as Lux. Yeah, Shinx. I definitely see it. Yeah. I think it was Shinx, right? Yeah, Luxio or Shinx, whatever which. They were the Rattatas of the group. The thing with the Rattatas was I hated their design. That's why I hated having to see them. At least when it goes to the Shinx or Luxio, so to speak, I had no problem seeing them because I loved how they looked the whole time. Plus, you usually you know how to beat them, ground type, or just fighting, beat their ass. Plain simple. Oh god, but yeah, pretty much like I said, I love that Pokemon. But for fighting type in particular, or I should say Steel, I guess. I think they're steel type. Lucario. Easily Lucario. I wanted a Lucario the minute I saw him in the anime. In fact, the minute I saw that movie, was like, you know what? I need me a fucking Lucario. I want me a Lucario. And I still want a Lucario even now. I still want a Lucario. And he'll be one of the few steel types I would actually sit up there and fuck with. Other than that, I wasn't messing around with steel types like that. Only Lucario was the main guy I was with. And it was no more, no less than that. Now, I might use, as a second, I might use, Steelix, I guess. But other than that, there wasn't really many I was with. Not Sharpedo? 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 I hate sharks. That's why they don't make my list. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and ask Fuyu here. I hate sharks. There's a monster in Monster Hunter that I hate it. Now he blops up like a fucking balloon and I still hate him. It's like, look, I'm killing you the first chance I see you. I despise sharks in general. So if I see you, well, let me just get my little knives out because I'm turning you into sushi. I want nothing to do with you. Anything that didn't allow me to actually explore and was infested in any biome, I hate. I like sharks, even the dinosaurs. Fuck them. Oh, God. I feel you. I definitely feel you with that one, love. I mean, like, yeah, especially if there are too much of. When I went to the caves, I have a fucking PTSD of seeing, what is it? Zubat? PTSD of that motherfucker. Like, you know what? I hate seeing you because you're annoying. And Golbat is right up there as a close second. And I hate your design. Not only do I hate seeing you, I hate your design. That's double the reason for me to not like you. Now, I know there's another bat, the bat with the heart. I don't know if that's what I just mentioned. But also relax, sharks hater. Sorry, Peter's in the game. Fuck yes! I don't want to see you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Woobat was also annoying. Yeah, and I didn't like your design either. So yeah, you're right up there. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, the only way I can tolerate seeing you so much is if you have a damn good design. If you look good for me. If I'm seeing you this much. But Garchomp is in though. Garchomp wasn't that bad for me, honestly. Garchomp wasn't that bad for me. I wasn't really all that annoyed with Garchomp. Yeah. In fact, hell, I mean, Garchomp is a land shark. That's probably the best shark I've ever seen. Because I'll tell you what, after seeing the way how Cynthia used that motherfucker, man, look. Cynthia inspired people to start using the Garchomp. And it'd be crazy if you happen to run into her again. It'd be crazy if you run into her again this game. Which I would honestly, I mean, shit, I welcome that challenge. We know we know what she gonna bring. But yeah, for a land shark, look, I will accept Garchomp and not think twice about it. Because it was that damn good of a challenge. No Vulpix? Nope. Sadly, no Vulpix. Confirmed from Fuyu, no Vulpix. I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, no Vulpix? What? One of the originals out here? Not in? No Vulpix? Wow. Wow. Dark type Pokemon that I love the most. Darkrai. I know, legendary. I know. But I love me some Darkrai. his fight was really, really damn cool for me too. I'm not getting the game down. They took out Pony had a Rapidash. That's why I'm like, yeah, like what's up with some of these Pokemon that are like, you know, why y'all taking them out? Like, come on now. I understand they're probably gonna add these Pokemon back in this DLC, but it's like, damn. No Darkrai? I'm okay with that. I just need to find myself another Dark type. I don't know another Dark type right now that I really want to fuck with. I know there's Haunter, and there's, you know, of course, there's the famous one with, the fuck? The fuck? I'm trying to think of it. How did I forget his name so goddamn fast? Haunter's Poison Ghost? Oh, my bad, my bad. I'm thinking of another one. I'm thinking of the other one. Zoroark? Okay, you know what? I need to get a Zoroark so that way I can see how I feel about it. I know it looks really cool, but I need to actually get one to see how I feel. No Absol? That's a shame. No Absol. How about Umbreon? Isn't Umbreon a Dark type? I hated Spiritomb. Spiritomb I saw too much. I saw too much. Not a fan. Umbreon is in? Okay, I'll take that. Because the evolution with that was, you know, they're always looking cool with evolution. Who the hell is T-Tar? Unless you're talking about Tyranitar. Wait, that's a Dark type? Tyranitar's a Dark type? Hold up. Let me see this. I had no idea. Tyranitar for me don't look like a fucking Dark type for me. I'm sorry. I never knew that. Wow, the more you know. Wow. Of course Weavile will be in. It's a guarantee. But yeah, to go on with it, yeah, I'm sure we're going to be going through this the whole day talking about what Pokemon is in, what Pokemon is not in. But this is what I do know. Like I said, I can't wait for the game. I'm looking forward to seeing what the game's going to give me for an experience that Pokemon Arceus gave me. And it's going to be really fun for me to see what it's about. And the crazy thing is, though, it's crazy because this month it's not the only game I'm looking forward to. The other game I'm looking forward to is Need for Speed Unbound. What do you mean? Your cat is gonna be a grass dart. What cat? Wait. The cat I'm picking for a starter is gonna be a Dark type? Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. But yeah, like I said, the other game I'm looking forward to is Need for Speed Unbound because the game looks absolutely amazing now. I did pick up Need for Speed Heat a year ago as well, and I enjoyed the experience. My only problem that came with Need for Speed Heat was that, was that the content in the game, it stalled. Like, there was nothing to do after you beat the game. There was just you just driving around doing shit. And I hope with Need for Speed Unbound, they bring up some events, they bring up some stuff for you to do. They have more stuff for you to do and more stuff for you to have fun with, you know, when it goes to the game. But for the time being, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for Need for Speed Unbound now. I'm not going to, because of the fact I have this worry that it might be the same way that Need for Speed Heat got it, I'm going to hold off on trying to get the game. I'm going to wait on the game. I'm probably going to look at it somewhere around December when it goes to it, but yeah. This is one of a few times where I am going to be like, you know what? Let me actually sit up there and get another Need for Speed game. Because all the other ones in the past, I didn't touch. I haven't touched a Need for Speed game, like, straight up, full-time price money or anything like that. I haven't touched one since most wanted up until I got Need for Speed Heat. And since then, it's been back and forth with people liking the games to not liking the games. So I'll see how Unbound is this time around. It does look very interesting, but for the time being, I'm gonna hold off on it, and you know, I'm gonna give it that time. I know what to expect from Pokemon. You know, I know what to expect from Pokemon. I know there's gonna be some post-game content coming with Pokemon even well after I beat the game, if I beat the game. I know what to expect from God of War. That's why I sat up there and I spent $70 on God of War, and I haven't regretted since. And I haven't even gone through most of the game yet. I only gone through the early portions of the game, and I know what I'm going to expect. I knew what to expect with Horizon Forbidden West, and I haven't even beaten that yet. These are games I haven't beaten yet that I know when I get to them, I'm going to be like, you know what? That was absolutely worth the $70 purchase. I should say $75 purchase because my fucking taxes is going to come in, which is a damn shame. But yeah, for the time being, I'm looking forward to seeing what Pokemon Scarlet has to offer. Now, next, I need to talk about the anime. We have to talk about the anime because I covered the game for like almost 20 minutes, and I'm happy about it because you know we all can't wait for the game. I need to talk about the anime, bro. So, it took long enough, right? Main character for Pokemon. Main character of the anime for over 25 years. Ash decided to be like, you know what? We came ready. Let's take this chip. And he finally won the fucking world championships. I'm still thinking about that shit. I'm like, yo. In the year 2022... I've got to witness Ash win a world title. Like, I can actually sit up there and say that. It's crazy because I seen Ash win a world title before I witnessed the Cowboys winning another Super Bowl, and I hope I never have to. I got to witness the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series, and they didn't win a World Series for God knows how long. I got to witness the Washington Nationals win their World Series for the first time. Just like how I got to witness, of course, my Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl for the first time. That's how much Ash winning that world championships for me is up there. It's up on that level when it goes to when you're talking about like, you know, first times or first times in a while. And for him to sit up there and actually like he came ready for the situation too. He brought everything that there was to bring in that fight. Over 100? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, over 100 for the Cubs to be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna finally win this title. But yeah, for Ash to finally accomplish that dream and become a Pokemon World Champion, that is fucking phenomenal. And you know, like I said, he brought his A game. He brought the Dynamax. He brought the Z-moves. He brought the Mega Evolution. I think he brought one other thing. I think he brought a fourth thing with him. I'm not sure what that fourth thing was. I think I mentioned 3 out of the 4. Yeah, I'm just happy for him. Now the Pokemon he won it with the Duck, that one Duck Pokemon that's not in the game, which is so fucking crazy to me. I'm like, wait a minute, Ash just won a fucking world title, and the Duck Pokemon that was in it in the anime isn't in Scarlet. Wow, like that's what's so fucking funny to me. He won it with a Gengar. That's what I was thinking of. He won it with a Gengar. He won it with a Lucario. Of course, he wins it with Pikachu. He won it with some, I forgot what his name is already. He won it with, Dragon, whatever the hell it is that had, like, claws coming out of its ribs. He won it with that, too. I think those were the 5 Pokemon I mentioned. I'm probably missing one more. Yeah, that's the Pokemon he won it with. Now, there was a little bit of controversy that came with the anime, and that's the way how the world champion, and I can see it too, where he had 2 Pokemon left. He had his Scorbunny and he had his Charizard left. Now, he shows off his Charizard, be like, yo, this is my ace. This my main here. But for you to get to my ace, you gotta get rid of my score bunny first. And honestly, in the situation that he was in, like, let's be honest, the situation that he was in, it stunned me. It stunned me how Ash got through that, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to get ready to pick up those kills from school. Love, thank you so much for coming by. Definitely pick up the kids and tell them. Definitely pick up the kids and tell them that I said hi. Tell them that, you know, Pooh's doing great. He's amazing. You know. Hopefully I can catch up with them. Hopefully I can catch up with everybody in the family very, very soon. They're all great. They're all amazing. And yeah, I will talk to them soon. Till then, you have yourself you enjoy. Go get the kids. But yeah, as I said, when it goes to the anime, I understand where people have some gripes with it. Particularly in that 2v1 situation. Okay, I understand the one dragon type Pokemon, he handled his work. He got rid of that one Pokemon that was needed for Pikachu to come in and hopefully clutch it. And he did clutch it. But what bothered me was how we know what Score Bunny's main ability is. You mean to tell me Score Bunny couldn't switch to a ground type and completely wreck Pikachu's shit? Because he could have done that easily. That was what was so crazy to me, because he did it earlier. He did it earlier in the fight, to where we see, oh shit, he swapped to a ground type. Pikachu, you in some deep water if you have to see this Pokemon again. So world champ, he gets the matchup he wants. That's all he was doing throughout a good bit of the fight too, which I love, which he was using the Dragon Tail move for. He was getting the matchup that he wanted. It was, for me, an equivalent to an NBA game, where if y'all watch enough NBA, you'll see that with some players, they will switch around to get the most favorable matchup they can so that they can score. Or so that they can find another mismatch and that player on their team can score. That was basically what he was doing, and was fucking brilliant game planning to do that. So once again, he gets the matchup he's looking for, and Score Bunny just he folds. Yeah, like I said before, that's where I can understand where people's slight gripes with the matchup. You know, that's where I can understand it. But aside from that, the fight with Pikachu and Charizard was absolutely phenomenal. The animation for that fight, perfect. Can't, like, straight up chef's kiss, bro. It's a chef's kiss. And to see how all of that went, see how all of that ended, it was great. It was a long time coming for it. Now, I'm not going to speak too much on it. If you haven't seen it for yourself, you need to go look at it for yourself. The fight was great. But like I said, and that was a slight spoiler that I mentioned, was how that Score Bunny was handled at the end. You'll see it for yourself. You will understand people's slight gripes with it, is where, you know, they felt like Score Bunny, he had that in the bag and he just completely folded. So, I get it. But yeah, congrats to Ash, bro. After seeing him for 25 years come up and fail, he wins the Aloha Championship. He won that. That was his first title. And then he wins the World Championship. Can't nobody talk shit on him with that. He won the world title. He can do it. He can say whatever the fuck he want to say. But I'm gonna say this right now. And this is where I've been seeing it on Twitter for a bit. It's been making me laugh a little, but at the same time, y'all motherfuckers are crazy for it. Ain't no way in hell y'all gonna be out here comparing Ash to Yuki fucking Moto. And if y'all know a little bit, if y'all Yu-Gi-Oh, y'all know this for a fact. Yuki only took, 5 L's? He only took 5 L's in the series. At least 3 to 5 L's. I remember a couple of them. The first one is of course when the Seal of Orichalcos, Yuki, little Yuki, he got his soul trapped, and you already know the meme where it should have been me. That's one of the first L's I remember. The second L that I remember was of course Kaiba attempting to commit suicide. He attempted to commit suicide, and he went like, "Nah, bro, I surrender. I quit. I don't want you jumping." It had to take that shit. It took that shit to happen. It took that to happen for him to quit. Otherwise, he wasn't gonna quit. The third one is of course we had to rescue Joey from drowning, and he took the L instead. He used the mystical wrath panel to reflect the attack towards himself, I believe, and that was when he won the duel. That was when Joey won the duel. I think that's how that went, if I'm right. I could be wrong on that one. I forgot, and of course you remember the fourth duel. I remember how the fifth one went, but I remember the fourth duel. Where of course, I don't even know if you could count this as an L. Now y'all tell me if you count this as an L. Yuki loses to basically himself. He lost to himself just so he can get back to the Egyptian times. Now, y'all tell me for sure if you think that should count as an L or should that just count as a I don't know. Like I said, y'all, that's up to y'all interpretation. For me, I count as an L and yet a W at the same time. So I guess that's how that's gonna have to go. But yeah, dude had to say I quit like yeah. He basically had to stop Kai from jumping off and be like, bro, I quit. And he was the one that was winning. That's the crazy thing about it. He was the guy that was winning the fight. And he had to be like, alright, bro, I quit. I don't need you killing yourself. I don't need you jumping off yourself for you to, do that. Please, no. I don't want you to do this to yourself. Oh shit. Oh my god. But basically that was what was so wild to me. I'm like, yo, y'all can't compare Yuki's track record to, you can't compare his track record to Ash. Don't do that. Especially when it goes to this. Really, there's only one. When it goes to championship duels, that motherfucker's undefeated. He won the title from Kaiba. He won the title from Pegasus. He won the title from Kaiba in his own. He beat Kaiba in his own freaking tournament, and then he beat Merit. He won something else as well, but that was in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, if I'm correct. I don't remember exactly what that was, but yeah, y'all crazy for that shit. Chill. Next, I want to talk about this whole Twitter turmoil thing. Okay, that's next on our mind. So, as y'all know, Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, and it's whatever. It causes some weird shit that's going on when it goes to it's just weird. Now, what made it even more weirder was the whole verification shit, the whole check mark that y'all see on Twitter. That's been causing up a bit of a storm because now what Elon has said was that anyone that had the check mark that didn't pay for it but basically earned check mark through, they just earned it from having a lot of followers, having a lot of people, through verification, through the emails, they're going to take that shit away. Now, this is what I'm going to say. If paying for check marks and paying for all this other stuff means this is how Twitter's going to go, I have a question for y'all. Like, what is the future of Twitter right now? What's the future of social media going to look if Twitter is gone? What would be the next area, what would be the next spot you think people will go to? And I understand this is coming from just me asking for people that isn't really on social media all that much, but I want y'all to give a good guess at what you think is going to happen to social media now, you know, if Twitter ends up folding. Now, for me, I've created a couple of accounts, but I'm only going to be using them for promotional use. I'm not going to be using them to socialize with people. For me, I created a Tumblr account only for promotional use, and I have my Instagram. I always had my Instagram. I've been had my Instagram, but I only used it for promotional use, and I will still continue to do so. So just in case, if I had to take a pick for what area might be the next to go for everyone, it's really dependent. Now, if you're an artist, I would probably have to say, yo, Visual Scarab, how you doing, bro? I haven't seen you in a good minute. Now, thank you for reminding me. I actually need to adjust some VIPs. Thank you for reminding me. When it goes to social media, if Twitter died today, and if there was a next spot, I think people might go towards. I think if you're an artist, this might be crazy. If you're an artist, I think Tumblr might be that way to go, because Tumblr's probably the closest you're gonna get in terms of promotional use for your art than you would Instagram. Especially since you can retweet things, you can repost things and like things on Tumblr. We're doing good, Visual. We're out here just talking, you know, we talking shit, you know, like this our podcast, the Lightning Round podcast, episode number 36. You know, this is what we do around here. You know, we talk, talk about some current events that happen in our world. We talk about some gaming, and, you know, we just enjoying shit. But basically, yeah, that's what I see happening as an artist. I can see Tumblr being an area where you might be going. Yeah, because Tumblr's been having a bit of a resurgence, and part of it is thanks to Twitter. Is Twitter having this weird situation go down? Is the draft for them done? Is the draft done? No, it's not done. They're just taking a long ass time to pick. Defensive backs round 12. It's whatever. Okay, well, we'll see. But yeah, hold on, give me a minute. There you go. Yeah, they have. Apparently it's getting a little bit of a resurgence because of the fear that people have with Twitter, where you're getting shadow banned or shadow blocked when you start tweeting stuff. If you don't pay for the $8. So there's that thing that's going down with it. And of course there's a Twitter Blue situation where at one point they took it off and now they're looking to relaunch it. According to Elon, they're going to relaunch it soon. And people are not too thrilled about it. And understandably not too thrilled about it. I wouldn't be either under the situation that they're in. So for some people, they're worried about it, and understandably so. And they're like, you know what? What's the next spot we can go to so that way we won't have to tolerate this bullshit anymore? And people are looking at either Instagram or they're looking at Tumblr as options. Now, what's more fucked up, one I'm about to mention, is people are talking about going to Amino. Why? 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 And if y'all know, especially if you're part of these fan bases, if you knew what Amino was about, Amino was definitely not a good candidate option for going over to just chill out and hang with people. Amino is known for having predators, gaslighters, bullying, all types of toxic shit you can think of. And y'all want to go back there? Now, here's one other thing that does not help. You also have DeviantArt, which backtracked on this, but the fact that they were looking at putting it in there in the first place is crazy. Where DeviantArt's not any better either, but they was looking at implementing AI art into their website. So if people were looking at DeviantArt as an option, I'd be wary. I wouldn't say steer clear of it, but I would be wary, because DeviantArt's been taking a turn for the worse and for quite a while now. I think they put in NFTs or some shit too. So yeah, no, not it. DeviantArt used to be for the people. Now DeviantArt don't give a shit. I still use it, but all the good communities activities have dropped so far. It makes me sad, real cap. And I no cap. And I feel you. 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 And you know, and I understand for artists, it's really hard now to make a come up because you have these websites that are dying left and right, and you're just trying to find a spot where you can, you know, chill out and not have to go through the bullshit. I feel that. I feel that. I understand it. It's dumb. It's stupid. I get it. And it's really a shame. I left Tumblr years ago. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Now, I definitely don't blame people that left it and they'd be like, nah, I'm not going back there anytime soon. I completely get it. I wouldn't go back either. So, I understand. I miss my amino friends. I really do. And there's times like that where I understand it too. Where, you know, you feel like, you know, there's some people you want to link up with again. But because they were so hooked on that app, they, you know, they couldn't find backup plans. And at that time, I get it. But yeah, I'll have to say this. There's only really two options y'all got when it goes to promoting art or when it goes to just chilling out and seeing stuff. It's really between Instagram and Tumblr. That's the fucked up part. If Twitter dies, I'm going to stay on Instagram. Look, I understand it, but yeah, this is what I'm just telling y'all just in case. Just in case. Just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case, just in case. Should Twitter today, or should Twitter in a year or two from now, ends up dying, everyone, if you have 2FA on Twitter, remove it ASAP. Why is that? What's going on with that? But I am going to let y'all know right now. I'm letting y'all know right now. Prep yourself should Twitter go down ASAP. Because apparently Twitter ain't doing good financially either. So it definitely might go bankrupt. And with situations like this, with what they're trying to do, what Elon Musk is trying to do, it's not good. Yeah, prep yourself should Twitter ends up going down for the long count. Tumblr is an option, which I will understand for most people is not an option considering how they were a couple years ago. So of course you wouldn't want to make the jump again. Completely fucking get it. It's Tumblr's an option and Instagram is an option. If not, I highly recommend y'all start doing this. Start promoting y'all servers. Start promoting y'all Discord. Start promoting your Guilded servers. Promote your servers so that if you have people that are currently on Twitter that you fuck with, try to convince them to get on Discord and hopefully stay on Discord because, look, social media is going to start taking a very, very massive shift when Twitter dies. I see this coming already. It's just how big of a shift it was when MySpace died. A lot of y'all don't remember it, but hey, MySpace was one of the go-to areas that people was going to. Facebook was one of the go-to areas right after MySpace, and now Facebook ain't shit anymore. Now it's Twitter. But when Twitter dies, guess what? Then there's going to be Instagram. I'm seeing this right here because when they shut down the micro debugging or whatever it was, the 2FA is still up, so it works. But the microsite that sends you the 2FA codes, that got shut down. So if you log out of Twitter, you will never receive your 2FA code. So yeah, get rid of that shit ASAP. If y'all got that shit on there, get rid of 2FA. I don't have it on there, so it's not my problem. I don't have it on there. So luckily, not my problem. But yeah, if Twitter dies today, hey look, people can't say I didn't give any warnings because I tried to tell them. I'm like, look, y'all got areas where you can reach me. You have, yeah, I showed them for promotional use. They have my Instagram, social areas. They have my Discord, and they have my Gilded channel. Now, granted, I have my Gilded server. Now, granted, I've been using Gilded as much because we're really making that move to Discord for the time being until Gilded shows otherwise. But my Gilded channel will always still be up there for use should Discord ends up taking a shit. And let's be honest, there's been a couple of times where Discord almost took a legit shit on the product and on their people to the point where it'd be like, you know what, yeah, we're going to go ahead and use Gilded full time, but Gilded's not ready yet. But I need for Gilded to be ready. So, look, I'm already prepping for when I'm probably prepping for when Discord does the same thing. I'm prepping for that. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say off that. So, definitely prepare yourself. You know what I mean? Definitely prepare yourself. I mean, I'm sure I'm in your Discord. I think just in case there's the link right there, visual, in case you're not in there. I don't know for sure if you are. But just in case, I sent it so that, you know, if y'all want to hop in, definitely hop in. You know, we can chill out and, you know, talk some stuff. But, yeah, that's all I very much have to say off that. Now, next thing I'm going to talk about is now finally for some sports. But I'm going to get to one that's a little bit on the minor league side, because there's not much to talk about with that. Of course, y'all see right from the below, y'all see right below of what's going on right now. The XFL, of course, is finally coming back. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a story with what's going on with the XFL. If y'all since y'all probably don't remember, 2020, the XFL came back. They came back with their 2.0 season, and people quite liked it. They liked the way how they did some specific things. They didn't like how they did some specific things. But XFL 2.0 was in the middle of their season. And then, of course, y'all already know what happened. COVID happened. It not only ended their season, XFL filed for bankruptcy. Vince McMahon filed for bankruptcy because he was, at the time, he was the owner of the company. Then we find out for who won the bid. It was Redbird Capital. It was Redbird. It was The Rock. Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He won it along with his ex-girlfriend. Of course, the chairwoman currently for the XFL is Danny Garcia. They won. They won the thing. And they decided to be like, you know what, we're going to bring XFL football back, but we're definitely going to be all about bringing not only much more awareness to how football is going to be done, but we're going to be having some partnerships with the XFL. And did they ever have some partnerships with this league? They completely turned it around. More so than what Vince tried to do the past two times he brought back the XFL. The first time he tried to compete with the NFL. Did not work. Clearly did not work. The second time he brought it back as a minor league thing, just to bring in players that needed it. They needed that break. That wasn't the NFL. And I respect it for that, because it's like, look, right now, currently, when it goes to football, there's only 2 ways you can play football now. 3 ways you can play football now after college. There's the Canadian Football League, and then there's Indoor Football League, where basically it's like all small and it's a rectangle, and you get smacked into a wall and you go out of bounds and whatever and what forth. And of course the Canadian Football League, y'all know what that's all about, where it's a wide ass field and you only get 3 downs of football. So, with that being said, with the XFL having to come back and be like, you know what, we need a legit, we need another spot for people that can come in, and for team players that can come in that couldn't cut out for the league, but they still want to show their talent. Now the XFL is looking to make that comeback. One league has already done that, one minor league has already taken that step forward, and that was the USFL. The USFL will be back next year, of course. They came back this year. I'm sorry, they came back. They came back this year. They went through their whole championship game, and it was a success for them. They're the first minor league football team here in America, officially, that I can say. I believe so. No, I'll take it back. The XFL is the first. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back. Yeah, I'm right. The USFL is the first. My bad. The USFL is the first since its relaunch as a minor league football league, to actually finish their championship. The XFL tried it twice, did not work. At least I think they tried it twice and did not work. I'll have to be reminded with that. But still, as far as I'm concerned, they're the first. Now the XFL is going to be coming back in 2023. So February 2023 is their launch date, which is literally right after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is in February, early February. Not long after that, you're going to get the XFL. As far as I'm concerned, I fucking welcome that as a fan of football. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because there's such a massive fatigue period, right? The minute the Super Bowl is over, you have from March, literally you have from February, most of February, March, April, May. You have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. You have 7 months of no football. This has been going on for years. So to see that you have 2 football leagues that's trying to get your attention, 2 minor league football leagues that are trying to get your attention and be like, you know what, yeah, we want to offer more football to you so that you can lessen that fatigue. I'm absolutely for it, as far as I'm concerned. So yes, the XFL continuing where the NFL picks up in February. They have, so basically I believe it's going to be a 10-week season. So it's like from February to March, and then after that, literally right after the XFL season is done, then you have the USFL season that's going to come on in, and that's from March to April. So that cuts it down by just a bit, and honestly, I'm absolutely for it. So you only get a little bit of fatigue now if these leagues survive. And for me as a fan of football, I would love nothing more but for these leagues to survive. Because then that way, be like, okay, NFL season's over. Let's go over to the XFL. Or XFL season's over. Then let's go over to CFL. You know, for me, it would make off seasons for the NFL, and it would make off seasons for as a fan of football go by that much more quicker. Just those couple months being deducted of not watching football is great. So instead of it being 7 months that I mentioned, it would feel like 4 to 5 months with no football. Be like, okay, that's fine. That's great. I will fucking take that. So for the XFL, as you see below, they're now doing their draft. They're on the 13th round. Now, the way how this is done is, of course, everybody, they're picking their skill position players. They're going through the waves of getting all of their players assembled. So then that way they can get ready for the season, because of course they're starting up in February. They have 2 months to get ready. So for this, I'm for it. Shit. And I hope this time they go through a full season. Then there's the playoffs. And, I want to see it happen. I want to see this happen, not just for me as a fan of the XFL. I love how the XFL handles their shit. But for me, of course, like I said, as a fan of football. So I wish them the best of luck. The USFL, they already handled their shit. I know the USFL, they're going to still be around. Unless they get more bankruptcy going their way or whatever bullshit goes their way. And I hope they don't. But, yeah, I hope for them, they just do great. I hope both leagues do great. Last but not least, of course, we need to talk about Week 10 of the NFL. It's about that time. It's the last thing we're going to be talking about on this podcast. And then after that, I don't think it will be after that, because I'm probably going to play it literally right after this podcast. I'm just going to turn it off and then, of course, turn it back on. So Week 10 of the NFL, let's get right down to it. So I know y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting for thinking, okay, which team's gonna get clap sheets of the week. Honestly, this is gonna be a little difficult. Falcons versus Panthers. Panthers beat the Falcons 25-15. Kind of fucking scores that 25-15. I've never seen some shit like that before. Yeah, 25-15 was the score. I'm almost not surprised considering the way how that Falcons game ended. Falcons-Panthers ended the last time that the Panthers was going to come out and be prepared to, you know, you got clapped ready. Oh, well, there's definitely going to be one that's going to be ready. I'm going to tell you this right now from what I'm looking at right in front of my face. But yeah, Panthers-Falcons, very, very good game. I think, did P.J. Walker play? Yeah, P.J. Walker did play, but he didn't do too much. He basically had a pedestrian game. It was Deontay Foreman that carried a load. 31 carries, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. Very, very good work coming from him. Falcons need to clean that up. Buccaneers and Seahawks, 21-16. We saw this earlier in Munich where they started at like 10 o'clock. And Tom Brady looked like he was going back to the original Tom Brady that we know and hate. Tom Brady went 22 of 29, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. For receivers, Chris Godwin, he got a touchdown, almost 71 yards. Mike Evans, he didn't do too much, my bad. But Mike Evans he's probably on pace for 1,000 yards this year, as usual. Lions Bears, ironically, this was actually one of the best games that was on today. Who would have thought? A couple of below 500 teams having a great game. Jared Goff went 19 of 26, 236 yards and a touchdown. Jared Williams went 16 of 59 and a touchdown. Yeah, that caught me by surprise too. I'm like, yo, we really got two below 500 teams having a battle for this game, and the way how that ended was very, very good. I absolutely enjoyed it. But guess what? That won't be the only applause that we're going to be given here. I see this coming already. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 10 receptions, 119 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but he did just enough to help the he did just enough to help with the game. Now Justin Fields, 12 of 20, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did more than that. He rushed for 13. He had 13 carries. 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 4 touchdowns on the day. 2 passing, 2 rushing. Cole Kmet had 2 touchdowns. I just picked him up in fantasy. I hope he continues to get targeted because Darren Waller is out for the year. Fucking IR. I guess it was coming anyway because, yeah, it's whatever. Before I get to this, I'm going to skip a little bit. We're going to talk about the Titans. Titans and Broncos. Titans win 17-10. Honestly, nobody gave a fuck about this game. Vikings and Bills. This is one thing that needs an applause right here. Vikings and Bills was the best game this week. Arguably, probably the best game of this week. I know there was the Lions and the Bears, but this right here, the best game. The best game this week. And it is the game that people are still talking about. Kirk Cousins, 30 of 50, 357 yards. He threw a touchdown, threw 2 interceptions. Dalvin Cook, 14 of 119. He had his touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 10 receptions, 193 yards. Justin Jefferson, bro, have a day. Justin Jefferson. Apparently coming from that game, Justin Jefferson gloves and his arm sleeves, they're in the Hall of Fame for what he did in this game. Phenomenal work. That one hand grab, I'm gonna tell y'all the amount of difficulty that catch was needed. This is how difficult this catch was. If he did not make this catch, this is a 4th and 16, 4th and 20, right? He doesn't make this catch, the Bills win the game. Not only did he make the catch, he made it with one hand, and he snatched the ball away from the defender that was looking at an interception. Have a day, Justin Jefferson, bro. Wow, what a game. He did great. Now this isn't the only thing. Patrick Peterson, have yourself a day too. The former Cardinal, he had 2 interceptions on this game. The second one sealed the game. Now, Josh Allen. I need to talk about you real quick. Josh Allen, 29 of 43, 330 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 to the same guy. Whoo, Josh Allen. Yeah, I'm going to say this right now, people. For anybody that's been out here talking about Josh Allen MVP rumors, this game right here was his game, was his legacy game, and he shat the bed not once but twice. He fumbled the ball that led to a touchdown. He turned the ball over 3 times. He fumbled the ball that led to a touchdown up at the goal line. And he threw 2 interceptions. Plus these stats, mid stats. For a quarterback of his caliber. For MVP caliber quarterback, this is not the stats you want. Sorry. Devin Singletary, 2 touchdowns. He's been great for me in fantasy, by the way. James Cook didn't really do too much. Stephon Diggs, have yourself a day, Stephon Diggs as well. 12 receptions, 128 yards. These 2 receivers showed the fuck up today, and they did amazing. They did amazing work. It just happened to be Justin Jefferson's day. Gabe Davis had a touchdown, 6 catches, 93 yards. Dawson Knox, 57 yards. Isaiah McKenzie, 37 yards. Defense picked off Kirk Cousins twice as well. Yeah, Kirk Cousins, bro. I'm telling you, he was looking to throw that game the fuck away. Both teams were looking to throw the game away. It just so happens to be that the Bills wanted to throw it away more. Oh, God. But, yeah, right. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, phenomenal game coming from both teams. And that, for everyone, is probably their game of the year. Understandably so. Next one right here, our clap cheeks of the week. Miami Dolphins destroy the Browns, 39-17. That's the biggest point differential out of all the games this week that we have seen. There has been, let's look at it right here, 49ers, Chargers, 22-16. Commanders, Eagles, I'm going to talk about in a bit, 32-21. Packers, Cowboys, 31-28. Cardinals, Rams, 27-17. Steelers, Saints, 20-10. Yeah, you can see a lot of these, they're 1 touchdown games, but this one right here was nowhere near close to a 1 touchdown game. That deserves our clap cheeks of the week. Jacoby Brissett, 22 of 35, 212 yards and a touchdown. The Browns been looking a little shaky. So yeah, feel free, have at it, Choco. Browns deserve it once again. They got them cheeks clapped. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 5 receptions, 99 yards. He did not score a touchdown. The only 1 touchdown was scored. 2 touchdowns were scored. Clap them cheeks! Clap them cheeks! Clap them cheeks! Clap them cheeks! 2 touchdowns were scored from the Browns. They didn't score. They really just kicked field goals the rest of the way. Tua Tagovailoa stamps his case as an MVP front runner. He's been stamping it for quite a while. It's between 3 quarterbacks. It's between Tua, Hurts, and Mahomes. And Tua's showing why. 25 of 32, 285 yards, protected the ball, 3 touchdowns. Good job protecting the ball. Jeffrey Wilson, 17 yards, 17 carries, 119 yards and a touchdown. Raheem Mostert had a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, being Jalen Waddle, he didn't score a touchdown, but he had 4 catches for 66 yards. This is what I'm liking about some of these stats here. You're rarely going to see a lot of 100-yard games because they're really just spreading the ball around. Trent Sheffield, 63 yards. Alec Ingold, 45 yards. Tyreek Hill's already eclipsed over 1,000 yards this season, by the way. He's looking at 2K. And we're only on the halfway mark of the season. And he's already eclipsed over 1,000 yards. He has 5 receptions and 44 yards and a touchdown. He's killing it this year. Now, it's not just him; it's his former team as well that I'm about to get into. Chiefs beat the Jaguars 27-17. Trevor Lawrence had a pretty okay game. He had 29 of 40, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Though I can say those 2 touchdowns was probably late. Christian Kirk had 2 touchdowns, 105 yards. One of the few 105-yard games we really see. Zay Jones, 8 receptions, 68 yards. And the rest of them didn't really do all that much. Patrick Mahomes, again, if anyone's an MVP runner right now, it's Patrick Mahomes. This dude's been killing it. 26 out of 35, 331 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bro, this offense, I don't know how the fuck, bro. The thing is though, they don't run the ball a whole lot. They throw a whole lot. This is why Mahomes got these stats. But it's like, how the fuck do you stop them? They're 7-2. Isaiah Pichacho, that's his name. 16 carries, 82 yards. He didn't score. Travis Kelce, being Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, 81 yards and a touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 3 receptions, 6 yards and a touchdown. Kadarius Toney just debuting for the team. 4 receptions, 57 yards and a touchdown. Noah Gray, two receptions, 20 yards and a touchdown. You see this shit? 4 touchdowns. Damn near almost made it 5. It's like, how the hell do you stop the Chiefs? I don't fucking get it. How the hell did the Colts beat the Chiefs? I forgot what other team beat them too, but how do you beat this team? Cowboys Packers. I'm not going to cover all of it, but Cowboys Packers, I'm going to definitely talk about this. Cowboys Packers was a good game. 31-28, Packers win. Dak Prescott, 27-46, 265 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. A lot of questions are being had right now on Dak Prescott, and rightfully so, because of how this game went. But the way how I see it is, I would mainly blame your coaching for the reason why y'all couldn't get this job done. CeeDee Lamb, 11 receptions, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, had himself a day. Dalton Schultz, 6 receptions, 54 yards and a touchdown. There was one more touchdown. Okay, yeah, 2 of them. My bad. Michael Gallup, 4 receptions, 35. Tony Pollard, 3 receptions, 13. The rest of them was pretty meh. Nobody picked off Aaron Rodgers. They had a sack on him, but nobody picked him off. Aaron Rodgers, 14 of 20. This is low by his standards, by the way, but he's not the same Aaron Rodgers that we're used to knowing. Aaron Rodgers, 14 of 20, 224 yards, 3 touchdowns. Aaron Jones also had himself a day, 24 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown. Christian Watson, all 3 touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers went straight to him. 4 receptions, 107 yards, 26.8 average. Great game from him. Other than that, the Packers receivers being the Packers receivers, they just did what they could to stall. A.J. Dillon, 13 carries, 65 yards, 5 yards a carry. 5 yards a carry, very important. The Packers, both Packers running backs averaged 10 yards a carry. I'm sorry, in total it was 10 yards a carry in this game. They pretty much exposed the Cowboys' run defense right there. But yeah, it came down to a game-winning field goal, and that's how it all went. Now, next we need to talk. We're not gonna talk about any of this stuff, but not gonna talk about this stuff either. But next we need to talk about the Commanders and the Eagles. The Eagles finally suffered their first L of the season. They lose at the hands of the Commanders. I was there at the game. I absolutely enjoyed the experience. But it's a shame the way how they had to lose it. Taylor Heineke went off 17 of 29. 211 yards, and he didn't throw a touchdown, but he made sure he got them down the field, and he had an interception, of course, from C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Brian Robinson Jr. scored a touchdown. He was absolutely shredding the Eagles defense. I swear to you, when I was watching the game live, it's like, yo, the Commanders was getting 5 yards a carry each time I was watching. Like Eagles had a really tough time stopping the run, and honestly they had a tough time stopping against the Texans too. They just happened to do better. They happened to stick to what they knew best against the Texans, but for some reason they didn't do it in this game. Antonio Gibson also balled out. Both of these running backs had a good game against the Eagles defense. Terry McLaurin had himself a day. 8 receptions, 128 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but we struggled against the Texans because we couldn't stop the run. And Dameon Pierce was shredding us. We beat the Texans, but it wasn't a walk in the park. It wasn't a walk in the park. So, yeah, it was by all means no walk in the park. I believe they do address it here. If not, then yeah. Here you go here. It's because of this game. It's because of how this game went. I'm going to talk a little bit more about how this game went for the Eagles. Terry McLaurin, 18 receptions, 128 yards, no touchdowns. Curtis Samuels, 2 receptions, 28 yards. Yeah, they got to clean that up. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but the Eagles let Scary Terry scared them this whole game, and there was no reason to because, you know what, it's not even them in particular. I blame the defensive coordinator because he should have known damn well that really he should have been playing man coverage. All he did was play soft zone this whole fucking time. This is right back to how last year went. When last year all this motherfucker did was play soft zone. Why are you playing so soft? Play press man. Get these cornerbacks up in the face of the receiver and trust your guys to stop these guys and to stop these receivers. This is what you have. You have James Bradbury for this. You have C.J. Gardner-Johnson to help out in the back end should anything go wrong. You have Marcus Epps, who's been great this season. He's been solid this season. You have him to help out on the other side for Slay. Put these cornerbacks in press man and have it so that, look, these wide receivers, if they want to make the plays, you're going to have to get through these cornerbacks. And he does not do this for me. This is why it's like, look, if he gets head coaching considerations, I hope he does, and we hire Vic Fangio. I really do. I hope we hire Vic Fangio from the Broncos. I think he's in our I think he's in our staff or in our room, whatever. Which I would love to have him as defensive coordinator because I know he'll wreck shop compared to Jonathan Gannon. I know that for a fact. But yeah, Choco, if that answers your question, the reason why we struggled against the Texans is because our run game was shot. And it's crazy to say, people would think, oh, with Jordan Davis coming in, big Jordan Davis, number 90. Y'all remember I covered him during the draft. They would think, oh, rookie doesn't impact that much. And you would think that, but hey, look, just having Jordan Davis alone is a massive get for run defense. Stopping somebody stopping someone like Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson or any other future elite running back that comes into town, you need a key run stuffer that makes it so that they can't have that game. Having to stop the run is forcing a quarterback to, like Patrick Mahomes, for example, who had to do this. He had to throw damn near almost 70 times to win. You make someone throw that many times, more often than not, you're probably going to win the game. Because you're going to know it's a pass every single time. So that means, okay, all you're doing is passing, you're going to eventually get an interception. And it's going to eventually shift the tide in your favor. So, yes, while it's a quote-unquote passing league, you see how much a run game still dictates the game. So, yeah. And that was the problem. Because the Eagles couldn't stop the run, you let Taylor Heineke put up stats like these. When instead, you should have made him throw 40 times a game. 40 to 50 times a game. Then his weaknesses would really show. So, yeah, there's that. And so I'm gonna look at the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, stat-wise, doesn't look good, but I'm gonna tell you why. Stats doesn't tell the whole story. Jalen Hurts had 17 of 26, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Stats don't tell the whole story. If y'all watch that game, y'all know it don't tell the whole story. So Jalen Hurts really should have connected on 2 deep bombs. He did connect it on 1, but 1 was a fucking fumble. Thanks, Quez Watkins. I'm sure he's eating that right now. The second one, A.J. Brown. If y'all look back at that replay, it hit A.J. Brown right in the hands, and he just dropped it. Had this been caught, Jalen Hurts was going over 200 yards. This game was not Jalen Hurts' fault. Not at all. He scored 3 touchdowns. Would have been 4 if would have been 4 touchdowns had Quez Watkins not fumbled the ball. In fact, had he just kept running. Because the ball was placed right in stride. I don't know why he decided to roll. There was no reason to roll. It was placed right in stride for him to go ahead and catch it and run. And after that, he's gone. It's a touchdown. And that was a critical point in the game because had we scored that touchdown, we're putting pressure on the Commanders to score again. Now, granted, our defense wasn't doing all that well, but you're still putting that necessary pressure on them to where they would really have to score on us to take the lead again. So, yeah, this game is in no way, shape, or form Jalen Hurts' fault. He did what he could. He tried to beat the Commanders, but his team let him down. Miles Sanders, I'm more mad at the offense for this because Miles Sanders should have gotten way more than 12 carries and 54 yards considering how the Eagles are. If y'all know how the Eagles are by now, they're a run-first team. They've been doing run-first literally since the beginning of the year. That's how they got to where they were at 8-0. That's how they got to where they were at 8-0. So to see them abandoning the run, I blame the offensive coordinator, and of course I blame Nick Sirianni for that because it's like, look, bro, what is y'all so scared of the Commanders' run defense for? Y'all ran on them before. Yes, they passed the ball a lot, but they ran on them before, and they was still getting good gains. They were still getting good chunks. They was still making them be honest. So, yeah, Quez Watkins, 4 receptions, 80 yards. Didn't get a touchdown that he should have gotten had he not fumbled the ball. Devontae Smith had himself a good game. Well, not necessarily a good game, but he did have a touchdown that did help out. 6 receptions, 39 yards, and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, sadly, I'm going to talk about more on him in a bit. 3 receptions, 23 yards, and a touchdown. And the Eagles receivers, they just did not help out Jalen Hurts at all. You see this right here. They really did not help him. A.J. Brown was shut down this game when he shouldn't have been. I don't know what the fuck was going down. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, CJGJ, had an interception. If I'm the Eagles, I'm extending CJGJ right now. That man actually saved a touchdown. He actually saved the touchdown because Darius Slay got beat badly off the snap, and he just happened to be around and just saved him with an interception. Yeah, I will have to say that, Choco. I would say it was an off day. It was simply that. It was an off day for the Eagles, plain simple. Hopefully with the next game against the Colts, they'll bounce back and be what they were. And honestly, the way how I see this game, I'd rather take it for them having an off day in this game than having an off day in the playoffs. Because if they had an off day in the playoffs, then you're fucked. You can't do anything. You know, you're done through the season. At least with this season, you're able to do a little bit more. You know, you're able to correct yourself. You can't do it in the playoffs when you're in the off season. So, it is what it is. What happened? Congratulations to the Commanders. They finally, they finally beat the Eagles because they haven't beaten them in they haven't beaten them since 18, 19, some shit like that. Probably around that point, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it was around that point. I think 19 or so. So, yeah, they haven't beaten them in quite a bit. The Eagles been pretty much running their shit. So, even when we was at our worst, we was running their shit. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, congrats to them. They win 32-21. And Dallas Goedert. So, when you talk about him, Dallas Goedert is going to be on IR because of a face mask penalty that should have been called. It was not called at all. Saw it on a replay. Should have been called. No excuse. And whoever the refs for that game, look, I tell you what, the refs were lucky to survive and get out of Philadelphia because had we seen them, it'd be hell on earth. You know, it'd be like like the Simpsons with the torch fires and the pitchforks. That was literally Eagles fans towards those refs. There was no reason why those calls there was no reason why they shouldn't have been called. Dallas Goedert, because of that, he suffered a shoulder injury that put him on IR. So we're going to rely on Jack Stoll and some other tight ends that we have. And I really think that's And Jordan Davis, he's still out. And because of what happened to this game, honestly, I'm surprised how he didn't make this move after what happened to the Texans. It's like people forget. The Texans was literally running the Eagles' fade when it went to running the ball. Like, look at this. Look at this, Choco. Damian Pierce had 27 carries for 139 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but he was running the Eagles' pockets when it went to just rushing the football. Now, I'm surprised it wasn't addressed then, but because of that game, the Eagles decided to go ahead and sign two-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Linval Joseph, who used to be the Giants' second-round pick. He's also played for the Vikings and he played for the Chargers. So they're gonna sign him to a 1-year deal. Now, granted, this is a Band-Aid deal. Ain't nothing too crazy to get a hype over. This is a Band-Aid deal, but because of that game, and the Eagles see how much stopping the run is imperative, they had no choice but to sign him. They had to put him on here. So then that way, when Jordan Davis comes back, what they can actually do, they can actually put Linval Joseph and Jordan Davis on the same lines and be like, all right, look, bro, it's clear they're running the ball. Let's put these two big mammoths of man on here right next to each other, and, you know, let's have our linebackers shoot the gaps and, you know, take out the running back. Plain and simple. So I like the move as a Band-Aid move, but I also like it when it's situational. So hopefully, when Jordan Davis comes back, you know, we'll be good. I hope we don't get rid of Linval Joseph. I actually really hope we don't get rid of him, because who knows? Jordan Davis, God forbid, might get hurt again, or Fletcher Cox might get hurt. You know, and you need that experience. You need that extra guy there. So just having Linval Joseph here would help quite a bit. So I kind of like the move for what it is. Hopefully we just keep him around. Yeah, that's what people seeing here says Jordan Davis fill-in space eater type makes sense. Yeah, you have to. You literally have no choice but to bring someone like this in here. So let me see here. Yeah, there isn't really much to really talk about. Yeah, it's not a long-term situation, but hopefully it's something that we can handle. Now, week 11, and my picks for week 11. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Titans Packers. This is actually if the Packers showed what they showed against the Cowboys, the Titans are actually in trouble. Titans Packers. This might be a little interesting. I honestly can see this coming. I think the Packers are going to pull off an upset and beat the Titans. I see it coming. They already pulled off one upset by beating the Cowboys. I see them do it again. I'm rooting for the Packers. I think the Packers are going to win tomorrow. They're going to win in a close score like it was again. I think it's going to be a 24-21 game. And I think Christian Watson has finally found his stride, and he's going to just go off on the Titans cornerbacks. Titans receivers, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, yeah, they beat the Broncos, but the Broncos are just as bad, if not worse. Bears Falcons. I don't think anyone really cares too much about this game, but I think Justin Fields is gonna have himself another ball game. Eagles Colts. This is gonna be the Eagles bounce back game. The Colts are not a good team at all, and I'll be stunned if Eagles so much as drop this game. But I can see this as a game where the Eagles, they be like, you know what? Let's bounce back. Let's get to work. Let's wreck shit. Plain and simple. And the Colts as a team, like I said, they're not good. They're good at rushing the football. They have Jonathan Taylor for this. This is why they brought in Linval Joseph. They could stop that. Thank you for that. I'm hydrating right now. They brought in Linval Joseph so they could stop that. But I need to see the Eagles tighten up on all facets of the game. Regardless if it's against the Colts or anyone else, we know how hard it is to win this league, and hopefully they get the job done. Jets Patriots. This is actually a good rivalry here. This is actually a good rivalry game that we've seen here. Who can I see win this game? I think off pure defense alone, I think the Jets might actually win this because we don't know what Zappy is all about. But this is his one game to really show what he's all about is against the Jets here. I don't know if he's starting this game or if Mac Jones is starting. If Mac Jones is starting, I'm putting in Zappy. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Unless Zappy completely shits the bed, which I can't see him doing. Commanders Texans. How much you want to bet that the Texans actually fuck around and they beat the Commanders after the Commanders beat the Eagles? That'd be some weird shit. But you know what? This is the NFL. A lot weirder has happened. So, I'm rooting for an upset. I want to see Texans beat the Commanders. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. Rams Saints. Two shitty-ass teams. I want the Rams to win, obviously for draft pick reasons. And if they win, that would do me a world of favor because let me go ahead and hit y'all with the NFL draft order real quick. For anyone that don't know, give me 1 minute. As soon as this pops up and stops being a dick on me, please. 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 Thank you. God, it took way too long. Yeah. This is why I want the Rams to win. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you see. This is why I want the Rams to win. See this right here? 4th pick. 4th overall pick. Belongs to who? Eagles. So, of course, I would love nothing more. But the Texans. I'm sorry, not the Texans. I want nothing more but the Rams. I would love it if the Houston wins, but I'll be a lot more happy if, the Rams, they win their game. Draft pick goes up. Of course, you need Carolina. We need Carolina, and we need Las Vegas to go ahead and win their games. Good luck with that. Carolina, who are they up against? Let me see here. Panthers are up against the Raiders. Ravens, I can't see them winning this game. So, of course, it's going to happen. Now, Raiders and Broncos, this is very likely. Raiders and Broncos is a very likely situation that the Raiders can fuck around and win. Because the Broncos are just as fucking bad, I'm telling you. They're 3-6. The Raiders are 2-7. I understand the Raiders, they're not trying to tank. So, just the Eagles getting the 3rd pick in the 2023 draft is going to do fucking wonders. Especially if we can get a generational player, which I believe we can no matter what the fuck is going to go down. Now, Houston. I think Houston, I don't know how much they like Davis Mills. But if Houston don't like Davis Mills all that much, I can see it happening where they're going to get Will Anderson, who's a generational prospect coming from Alabama. I would love nothing more but to get Will Anderson. Having him on the defense with Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean, future star, budding Nakobe Dean, I would go fucking nuts. So, yeah, that's something that I would love to have happen. Now, do I think it'll happen? It depends. If New Orleans, I need to look at New Orleans' schedule, actually. Let's go ahead and let me actually see if we can take a look at their schedule. Okay, this is their schedule here. They got the Rams, they got the 49ers, they got the Bucks. Yes. That's 3 potential L's incoming. L, because the 49ers are actually solid. So, L, and then another L if Tom Brady is back to form. The only game I'm very questionable on is the Falcons for obvious reasons because the Falcons fucked around and blew it. Another game I'm questionable on is, of course, the Browns because the Browns got their cheeks clapped. And, of course, it's against the Eagles. And should the Eagles continue the path that they're going, if they're trying to lock up home field advantage, which they need to keep winning, and they're up against the Saints, not only is that going to benefit the Eagles for trying to get home field advantage, it's benefiting them as well for trying to get that draft pick up. So they got 3 L's here, 1, 2, 3, a game I don't know about, and another game I don't know about, and a potential L here, and another game I don't know about because of the Panthers. So we will see. But just those 3 L's guaranteed is going to really help the Eagles pick in a long way. The Raiders and the Carolina game, I don't know how their schedule is looking, but we'll have to, why not? We'll see how their schedule looks. Because, we're already at that point. Okay, so the Panthers' schedule is Broncos. That can be a potential W. We don't know. Seahawks, I don't think that's going to be a W because the Seahawks are actually good. Steelers, maybe, I don't know. Lions, they may or may not win that. I'm not sure. The Buccaneers, that's going to be a L. And the Saints, that might be a W. So the Panthers are looking more like you see a couple wins here than you don't see a couple. It's not like the case of the Saints where you see a lot of L's. Some games they're winnable, some games they're not winnable. And of course, we're now lastly going to go to the Raiders, and we're going to see what the Raiders' schedule is looking like. Raiders, again, this is a very winnable game for them. Seahawks, I'm not sure with them because the Seahawks are good. Chargers, I'm not sure with them either because the Chargers, they're pretty average and they can take the Raiders. Rams, that looks winnable because the Rams are suspect. Patriots are suspect. That actually looks winnable. But they could blow it. Raiders and Steelers, 49ers is an L, and Chiefs is an L. So if anything is more likely to happen, it's more likely that you're going to see this pick go up from either number 3 or number 2, depending on how the cards fall. But yeah, we will have to see. But right now, I like my chances with this pick going up from number 3 and number 2 for us to get who we want. I would love nothing more but to get a generational talent. So as you can see here, I'm hoping we leapfrog the Panthers. I really fucking do. We leapfrog them either this way by the Raiders continuing to win. Either way, they're gonna get their quarterback, I guess, or get their player. Or yeah, I would love it either way. But I would love nothing more but for the Eagles to get Will Anderson. That for me is a blessing in disguise. He's a great player, trust me. Other than that, that's it. That's all I have to cover. That's everything I have to cover with Lightning Round. So let's go ahead and move over to the schedule throughout the rest of the week. Alright, schedule throughout the rest of the week consists of this. 5:30 p.m. I'm coming back in a little bit where I'm going to be playing a little bit of Battlefield 2042. I have not played a Battlefield game on stream in about a year. At least in about a year. And of course, later on, I'm going to have wrestling night. Thursday, I'm going to have anime night at 1 p.m. And of course, 8:30, depending on the situation, which I have a feeling it's likely not going to happen. 8:30 p.m., I'll be coming back with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament if we will have this necessary amount of players. I know we only have at least 1 or 2 players that want to come in. I know Fuyu wants to be a participant. I don't know if Bao is a participant. I don't know if Blue is a participant. So that would be 3, but I'm not sure. If it does not happen, I will be pushing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Event back into next year. And we'll see what I'm going to plan for it with next year. Friday at 5:30 p.m., I'm going to be coming in with Pokemon Scarlet. That is the game I'm looking at as a game to vibe and chill with the community with. So we will see what'll happen with all that. Until then, that's the schedule. That's everything that's gonna happen with this. Till then, guys, I will see y'all back here later today. I do need to give my thanks though before I go ahead and head out for a bit. Kayla, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Much love to you as always, baby. Thank you so much. Love, mystical love, man. Miss typical love. I said mystical love, my bad. Miss typical love, thank you so much for coming by, dropping the follow. It's been great to see you. It's great to see you. Hopefully we'll be able to, chat a little bit more and to be able to catch up on old times. Fuyu, thank you so much for coming by. Eagles, thank you so much for coming by. Visual Scarab, thank you so much for coming. Everybody that came by, thank y'all so much for showing love. And till then, I will see y'all back here a little later today where I will be shooting some shit in Battlefield 2042. It's been a while since I played a Battlefield game, and I hope this time I get to have some fun. Oh, and also, that game is crossplay. So, take that for what it is. Till then, guys, check out the Discord channel that has been promoted. Check out the Gilded channel. And check out the merch as well. Definitely, of course, I have me some merch that, I love having to promote. And till then, I'll see y'all a little later today, 5:30 p.m. Peace, guys.